about $50,000 or whatever. That's a big ass TV, you know. But they have that, man. I mean, as for now, we have this studio that we have now, because the word is being brought out, man. The main thing, like I said, what we're doing. Give me Acts 6. Now remember, the apostles, they appointed 7 men to be in charge of this particular business, right? The distribution, excuse me, stammering lips and another tongue, making these distributing to these other distribution to other people, namely the Grecian widows. All right, and that scripture right there bug out a lot of these guys, man. You roll up on them guys that Ariel's nephew and say, "What is this talking about?" You know, they'll freeze up. They'll freeze up. It's talking about the actual Greeks, like my man said. The book of Malachi, you know, the Greeks had the Israelites in slavery. The word Greek is not in the book of Malachi, period. And these guys didn't even cover their ass. When they say we did something wrong, we went off on this, we'll make a video, man. You know?
This is Acts chapter 6, verse 1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration.
The ministration was, when you read early in the book of Acts, there were certain disciples that started, the number got up to 5,000. And they got so big, what they did was they set up what was called a commune. That's in the word commune is not in the scriptures, but that's what it was, where they took all things that they had. There was some that had lands, and some that had businesses, and some that had riches, some that were so-called middle class, some that were poor, and they all agreed to bring all their riches together, and then they distributed to whoever needed, you know. That's the whole concept of communism, all right? Now, the Apostle Paul wasn't doing that because he was doing something else. You had other disciples and apostles that were doing other things, but what Peter, the 12, was doing with that congregation, that's how they did it at that time. Okay, and there was a situation where there was a man and a woman, husband and wife, who held back some of the money, so to speak, and they were basically both put to death through spiritual power at the hands of Peter, man. Okay, nobody jumped up and called 911 either, you know. All right, go ahead, Ak.
It says, then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples unto them, and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of the Most High and serve tables.
That's what I wanted. It's not reason for us to stop teaching the word of the Most High to handle these different disputes. Like, it's not our job to check, okay, let me check this camp. Let me check all the videos. Let me see. That ain't that's not my job to sit there and make sure you're doing shit. But if we catch your ass out there, man, we're gonna deal with you. Okay? You're gonna be severely dealt with, man. And then you seen it, man. You seen it. You seen how brothers went off, and we had a quick impromptu council and boom, you out of there, man. Or look, get your act together. You get his act together, we move on, man. Because we're gonna catch you, man. All you niggas that are playing games, you're gonna get caught out there, man. You're gonna get caught out there, man. Well, I'm not creeping and looking to see what this, and I don't gotta set up guys in different camps. All right, you spy on the leader and you spy on this guy, unless I suspect something or we suspect something. You know, that takes away from the work, because it's all going to come out in the wash any goddamn way, man. You know.
Whatsoever is done in secret. Yeah, I had that one verse with because earlier, beginning of Elder Tar, I mentioned about being simple or keeping it simple in doing the work. You know, some of you young guys out there, you wanna be the big guy. You know, you wanna, like Elder Tar said, you wanna show the apostles, the elders, how it's done. You're taking on more than you can handle. The book of Romans 12:8, it says, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, which itself is a gift, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. So that's the key word there, simplicity. You got to keep it simple, man. The scriptures speak about Yahweh's yoke is easy to bear. All right, so that's the rule of the number one rule, keeping it simple, man. Don't try to, especially if you're a novice, don't try to come up and be all complicated, and then you end up bugging the hell out.
Well, the perfect example is Alizé.
Yeah, exactly.
Alizé tried it, so no, they went off on this. Nope, that breakdown, they went off on that.
Yeah,
Come on, man. That's why you're bugging out, man.
that's right. That's
And
right.
I'll say this, you an intelligent brother, you smart dude, you ain't no dummy. Hey, but you don't mistake being smart with being spiritual, man.
Exactly.
You can't force the spirit, man. The spirit will give it to you in due time. And the spirit of the Most High set up men to give it to you in due time. All right?
Yep.
This is Sirach, chapter 3, verse 21. It says, "Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength."
Oh man, well that's what he did, Alizé. But you know what? Some of you other guys are following. Some of you guys, and I'm talking about GMS members. Some of you so-called brothers in GMS are following down the path of Alizé, of Sakari, man. And we see it. But you know what? The Spirit of the Lord.
Real quick, yeah, we had a before we did this YouTube thing, man. We had many years of doing this thing. That's what you guys are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. They're seeing the tip of the iceberg. They haven't seen the full iceberg. We had many years of doing this, many years of marathon classes. Elder Tar used to lead back in the mid to late 90s. He used to have marathon classes. Start around 9:30 Saturday evening, finish 2 in the morning. Right?
To back up what you're saying, remember we used to do the cable shows?
Yeah.
And we used to start at like 10 o'clock at night on, let's say, a Friday, and be finished at like 5 in the morning on the day going Saturday, man.
Yeah.
When the sun coming up.
Birds are chirping.
Hey, we're just doing the show. Okay, that's one show. Okay, next
Right.
show. Next show. Get something to eat.
Right.
Or have the food there. Wouldn't go. We had to eat the food.
Right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do another show. You know.
Right.
And that's how we did it, man. We would go. So you talking
years.
about 10, 11, 12, 11, 12. You talking about 7 hours of filming shows, man.
For years, and we did it.
And that would be shows that would go for the next couple of months.
Right.
Or however long it went, because it went
Right.
on different cable shows. But the cable, was limited, man. But this YouTube thing, man,
Right.
and this Urim and this Storm thing, man, this is the thing, man. That's why every group is on this thing now, and they're utilizing it, man.
Right. Yeah, but these young guys, they see, and they think they can just leap over that.
Right. It
In
takes
other words,
experience.
the thing is, we've paid our dues, and boy, have we. It's a thing of paying your dues. That's what them young guys seem to forget. You got to pay your dues in this thing. And we had many years of marathon classes. We had many years of going to camp more than 3 times a week. Yep. All right.
Give me one time where the Great Millstone, I'm not talking about all of them, but all of them do this, or pretty much all of them. I'm talking about starting with us, that you ever went on the web and there was a time where you went to watch the new videos and there was nothing up.
Exactly.
Period. You couldn't find no new videos. Now, when Nate was doing it, people would say, well, where's the new videos? And
Right.
why'd you stop at 10 minutes?
Right.
Every week you getting bombarded. There's no way in the hell. It's humanly impossible for me to watch all the GMS videos, let alone the other Israelite videos, man.
That's right.
It's humanly impossible, man.
That's right.
And a lot of these videos that we do at the studio, sometimes I'll watch maybe the first 3 or 4 parts, and it might be a month later because I ain't watching. I'll watch the rest of it, man, because I'm watching other things I'm doing. Hey, this is about doing the work, man. That's why the scriptures speak about doing the work. That's why Yahushua said, I have meat that you know not of. And we're constantly on the job. We can live our other life. You got things you got to do. You got to work. If you got a woman, you got this problem. You got that situation you got to deal with. Hey, but you know what? In between all of that, we get this work. And this work is constantly. You cannot tell us that give us one situation that there's a week where no GMS videos is put up. by any of the apostles or the elders or the elder statesmen or the captains or the officers or any of the other camps. There's always something new. There's always something new being brought up. Now, if it's not brought up at one, well, wait a minute, 2 years ago, well, that's Esau. He cut down our this, he cut. So we had to go other routes. That's what led us to open up the main page. And did you open up the new page? Yeah. Okay, good. What's the name of it? What's the name of it?